You wake up with a clicking jaw, a stiff neck, and a strange tightness in your chest. You try to take a deep breath, but your body feels like it's bracing for an impact that never comes. What if I told you that this physical pain isn't just bad posture, but a hidden biological alarm system? Today, we are exposing. This video is strictly for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, psychiatric care, or therapy. Anxiety disorders are complex medical conditions. The tools provided here are to help you manage and reduce physical symptoms, not to cure or diagnose any disease. Always consult your doctor. If that opening felt uncomfortably familiar, I want you to know something important right away. You are not weak, broken, or imagining it. What you are feeling is real. The jaw that will not unclench. The neck that stays rigid. The stomach that turns over for no obvious reason. The body is speaking in a language of protection. And modern anxiety often shows up as a physical state first. Research from the National Institute of Mental Health describes anxiety and panic as conditions that can include body pain, a racing heart, shortness of breath, nausea, and that relentless sense of tension and dread. So before we talk about mindset, we have to respect biology. Here is the core idea. When your brain thinks you are in danger, it can shift your body into fight or flight. That is the sympathetic stress response. Heart rate rises, breathing gets shallow, muscles prepare, and the body becomes ready for action. Acute or chronic stress can dysregulate the autonomic nervous system and create widespread physical symptoms. And this is why so many people with chronic anxiety feel it in the jaw and neck. The body is preparing for a threat that may be emotional, social, or remembered. But the physiology is still real. Your nervous system does not care whether the danger is a lion or a thought pattern. It responds as if survival is on the line. That is why, just relax, often fails. Because this is not simply a thought problem, it is a state problem. Now let us make this simple. Your autonomic nervous system has two main modes. One is the gas pedal, the sympathetic state. It revs you up. The other is the brake pedal, the parasympathetic state. It helps you settle, digest, and recover. A major pathway involved in that calming shift is the vagus nerve. It is the longest cranial nerve and carries signals between the brain and the body, including the neck, chest, and gut. In simple terms, it helps communicate safety back to the brain. Think of it like this. When the vagus nerve is online and supported, it can help send the message, "We are safe. You do not need to stay armored." And this matters because once you understand the biology, shame starts to loosen. You stop asking, "What is wrong with me?" and start asking, "What is my nervous system trying to do for me?" That question changes everything. Because your body is not trying to sabotage you. It is trying to protect you. Sometimes too aggressively, sometimes too often, and sometimes long after the original threat is gone. But the good news is this. When we learn how to calm the alarm system, the body can begin to soften. The jaw can unclench. The neck can release. The breath can deepen. And the system can remember safety again. In the next section, I will show you exactly how that stress loop works, and how to interrupt it gently. Now let us slow this all the way down. When panic or anxiety takes hold, it can feel as if the body has been hijacked. Your heart may race, your breathing may become shallow, your stomach may churn, and your muscles may brace without permission. Those are not imaginary sensations. They are well-recognized physical features of anxiety and acute threat responses. So when someone says, "I am anxious," what they may really mean is, "My nervous system is acting like there is danger right now." And that distinction matters, because you do not heal a body alarm by arguing with it. You first have to understand it. Your autonomic nervous system has two main modes. One is the sympathetic system, the gas pedal. It prepares you for action, increases alertness, and mobilizes energy for survival. The other is the parasympathetic system, the brake pedal. It supports rest, digestion, and recovery. These two systems work continuously to keep the body balanced. In a healthy rhythm, you move between activation and recovery. But when stress is prolonged, the gas pedal can stay pressed down too long. Then the body begins to live in a state of tension instead of a state of safety. That is when jaw clenching, neck stiffness, digestive discomfort, and a constant feeling of being on can become part of daily life. Now here is the nerve I want you to remember. The vagus nerve. It is the longest cranial nerve, and it travels widely through the body, reaching areas in the neck, chest, heart, and gastrointestinal system. It is a major pathway of parasympathetic activity and helps support the body's rest and digest functions. I like to call it the body's built-in communication line for safety. When vagal activity is supported, it helps the brain receive a quieter message from the body. A message that says, the threat has passed. You can soften now. That is not magic, that is physiology. This is why panic can feel so confusing. The mind may be trying to stay rational, but the body is already in protection mode. The brain has detected danger. Sometimes an obvious danger, sometimes a remembered danger, sometimes an internal sensation that it misreads as threat. And it responds with a surge of defensive physiology. Neve describes fear as an activation of the brain's defensive motivational system that helps protect the organism from perceived danger. So the problem is not that you are too sensitive. The problem is that your alarm system may be too easily triggered, too frequently triggered, or not fully returning to baseline. When that happens, the jaw, neck, chest, and gut often become the loudest places in the story. So the goal is not to fight your body. The goal is to teach it safety. We want to give the nervous system repeated experiences of downshifting, from bracing to breathing, from guarding to settling, from alarm to recovery. That is how the body begins to trust again. In the next section, I will show you a simple 3-step somatic reset that works with this biology instead of against it. We are going to use breath, touch, and temperature to help the body remember what calm actually feels like. Now we are going to shift from understanding into practice. What I am about to guide you through is a 3-step somatic reset. These are simple, physical tools designed to work directly with your nervous system, not against it. You do not need to force yourself to relax. You are going to signal safety to the body, and allow the body to respond. Move slowly. There is nothing to get right. There is nothing to perform. Just follow along. Step 1. The physiological sigh. This is one of the fastest ways to begin calming the nervous system. Here is how you do it. Take a slow inhale through your nose, and then take a second, shorter inhale on top of that. Then exhale slowly through your mouth. Let's do that together. Inhale. Gently fill the lungs, sip in a little more air, and now a long, slow exhale. Again. What you may begin to notice is that the long exhale starts to soften the body. That is not accidental. A longer exhale is associated with increased parasympathetic activity, the calming side of the nervous system. It is a direct signal to your heart and brain. We can slow down now. Do 3 to 5 rounds at your own pace. No force. Just gentle rhythm. Step 2. Somatic touch. The jaw and neck release. Now we bring in gentle physical input. Because your jaw and neck are often holding the tension, we are going to communicate safety directly to those areas. Take 1 or 2 fingers and place them just behind your ear, where the jaw meets the neck. Apply very light pressure. Not deep. Not forceful. Just enough to feel contact. Now slowly trace downward along the side of your neck, moving toward your collarbone. Go slowly. Then bring your fingers along the jawline, from the hinge of the jaw, toward the chin. If you find a tight spot, pause there. Stay for a breath or two. Let the tissue soften rather than trying to push it open. This is important. The goal is not to fix the muscle. The goal is to signal safety through touch. The vagus nerve runs through this region. Gentle stimulation here can help reinforce that calming message to the brain. Stay here for about 60 to 90 seconds. Let your breath stay slow. Let your shoulders stay heavy. Step 3. Temperature shift, the cold splash. This step uses something called the mammalian dive reflex, a natural response your body has when the face is exposed to cold water. When you splash cool water on your face, especially around the eyes and cheeks, the body can respond by slowing the heart rate and shifting toward a parasympathetic state. It is a fast, physical reset. You can do this by going to a sink, cupping cool water in your hands, and gently splashing your face for about 10 to 20 seconds. Or you can use a cool compress across the face. No shock. No extreme cold. Just a noticeable, refreshing temperature shift. As you do this, keep your breathing slow. Let the body register the change. Now take a moment and notice. Not what you think, but what you feel. Is the jaw even slightly softer? Is the breath a little deeper? Is the body just a fraction less guarded? That is how this work begins. Not with force, but with small, repeatable signals of safety. In the next section, we will support this process even further, by giving your body the biological resources it needs to stay calm. Now let us support the biology underneath the tension. When your nervous system is living in a constant stress state, your body is not just emotionally overwhelmed, it is also biochemically taxed. Magnesium is one of the body's key minerals for muscle and nerve function, and the NIH notes that it also plays an important role in nerve impulse conduction and muscle contraction. That matters because when the system stays clenched for too long, people often feel it in the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, and the gut. So one part of a support strategy is simple. Replenish what stress may be using up and give the body a chance to settle. This is not about chasing a miracle. It is about helping the body return to baseline more easily. Here is the important clinical note. Magnesium is an essential nutrient, but that does not mean every anxious person automatically needs a supplement. The NIH Office of Dietary Supplements emphasizes that magnesium is important for the body, yet dietary supplements should be used thoughtfully, especially because they can interact with medications and may not be appropriate for everyone. So the correct mindset is not, take more of everything. The correct mindset is, support the system intelligently. That means looking at sleep, nutrition, hydration, stress load, medication use, and whether a clinician thinks supplementation makes sense for you. Always consult your doctor before taking new supplements, especially if you have a medical condition, take medications, are pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Now let us talk about adaptogens carefully. One of the best known is ashwagandha, which is often promoted for stress and anxiety. But the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health says that while some preparations may help with insomnia and stress, the evidence is unclear for anxiety, and safety matters a great deal. That means this is not a take anything, anytime category. Ashwagandha may cause side effects like drowsiness or stomach upset, can interact with several medications, and should be avoided in pregnancy and breastfeeding. It is also not recommended for certain conditions, including thyroid or autoimmune disorders. So if you hear the phrase, cortisol support, think of it as stress support with safeguards. Not a shortcut, and not a replacement for medical care. So here is the idea behind a premium nervous system support protocol. First, calm the body with breath and somatic regulation. Second, remove avoidable stressors. And third, replenish foundational nutrients only when appropriate and medically safe. A thoughtful protocol is not built on hype. It is built on timing, tolerance, and precision. That is how you support the nervous system without overwhelming it further. So when you see a magnesium or adaptogen protocol presented as part of a larger plan, the real promise should be this: helping the body feel more supported, more settled, and less reactive over time, alongside proper medical guidance. In the final section, I will bring this all together so you can leave with a grounded next step and a clearer sense of safety. Take a slow breath here with me, because I want to leave you with the most important message in this entire masterclass. Your body is not broken. It may be stuck in protection mode. It may be overworking. It may be bracing, gripping, and overreacting to stress. But none of that means you are damaged. It means your system has been trying very hard to keep you safe. And when you understand that, shame begins to loosen. Fear begins to soften. The body stops feeling like an enemy, and starts becoming something you can work with again. So let this be your anchor. Learn to use your biological brake pedal. Replenish your system with care. Use gentle, repeatable signals of safety. And give your nervous system the message it has been waiting to hear. You are allowed to stand down now. If you have been living with anxiety, tension, panic, or physical stress symptoms for a long time, please remember that support is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are taking your health seriously. And if you are dealing with severe, persistent, or worsening symptoms, you deserve real medical support. You do not have to carry this alone. If this masterclass helped you understand your body in a new way, check the link in the description for the Nervous System Support Blueprint. Use it as a starting point. Use it gently. Use it alongside professional guidance when needed. The goal is not perfection. The goal is regulation. The goal is to help your body feel a little safer, a little calmer, and a little more at home inside itself. And one final reminder. This video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, psychiatric care, diagnosis, or therapy. If you are experiencing severe anxiety, panic attacks, chest pain, fainting, suicidal thoughts, or any symptom that feels urgent, please seek immediate medical help. Always speak with your doctor before starting any supplement or new health protocol. Your body is trying to protect you. Now you have tools to help it feel safe again.